guys, it's Heather. Today we're testing out all those Temu products that we just like opened up in my last Temu video. There are going to be just a couple of things from my previous Temu unboxings. I have like that pulse oximeter, the pulse ox, that's a mouthful. My Kite, I'm still waiting for wind. So hopefully by the time this video comes out, I've got wind. So at very least, I'm going to put the thing together. Okay. There are things that are going to be returned. I'm just going to get to the point. I'm just going to tell you right now, things are getting returned. We're keeping things, but things are getting returned. Let me get my rings on, for crying out loud. Let me get my rings on. All right, you guys, so we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna go over some things. I'm gonna give my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, guys. I might give an opinion about something where you're like, oh, you're wrong. Girl, you are wrong. I'd be like, I might be. It's just my opinion. So let's just settle down. Actually, let me get my notes out so I can stay on track. Literally just 4 things from my old videos of my Temu unboxings. We had the pulse oximeter, pulse oximeter. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. This thing that goes on the tip of your finger that tells you your heart rate and your oxygen and all that, whatever it does. It does something. So I have a really expensive one. Not a really expensive one, but it was like 40 bucks. And then this one I got from Temu that was just a few dollars. So I wanted to try those before when I did my testing video, but I didn't have batteries, so I figured I'd do it on my next one. So here we are. Update on that rolling cart that I got, that I put all my nail products on. Those of you that have watched that video, I had gotten a rolling cart from Temu, and then I did another video of I put it together and then filled it up with nail products. What I want to suggest with that rolling cart, it's a great rolling cart. It works great. But what I did notice, if I'm rolling it and I have to get over like a little ledge, a little lip, a rug, if I just go to lift it to go over it, it will come apart. There's no like slide click. It's just like plastic tubing that slides into it. I'm just going to take it apart and then add some type of a glue, whether I go with like a hot glue gun or super glue or something, where I would just like reinforce those joints. That's my only thing about that, but otherwise I love it. Do you guys remember that clear bear cup? I'll put a picture of it right here. I bought one on Amazon for my daughter. She's in college, by the way. Loves her little bear cup. It's a glass bear cup. Okay. Every once in a while I break the darn thing. I don't put it in the dishwasher. I always hand wash it. It slips. I saw one on Temu and I was like, oh my God, it's a heck of a lot cheaper on Temu. Well, it never sits in the sink like where other dishes are clanking into it. It always, like when she's done with it, she just sits it next to the sink and then it gets hand washed. It never gets banged around, okay? The thing cracked, like right on its face, like inside the cup, there's like this big crack. So I have no idea how that could have happened. I don't know if it's got something to do with the quality. Is it too thin? She does put ice in it, but it shouldn't have cracked with ice. But just so you're aware of that, I will not be repurchasing it. Cat claw mouse pad. I had gotten that on a previous video. It's a little grubby, but whatever, okay. I'm not dirty, okay? My husband got really fast internet out in the shop, so I was testing it out with uploading my videos. So I took my computer and my mouse pad and everything like out there to try it out to see if we want to put it in the house. And this thing got so grubby, so I gotta take like a rag to it and try and clean the thing up, but it's dirty. But either way, this thing is friggin' awesome. I do so much editing. These little things here add so much more support for your wrist. Like, where has this thing been my whole life? To me, I like it. I Originally, I got it and I thought, well, if my daughter might like it because she's a gamer, she tried it. It was too bulky for her. But for me, I love it. So I guess it's just a matter of taste. I've been using this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Love, love, love. Okay, so then this is the only other thing. Then we'll get into the ones that we just got. All right, so let's see what they say. They're very similar. The one that I have that's a little bit more expensive is staying pretty steady. So let me switch fingers. They're so friggin' similar. They're very, very similar. I really don't see that much of a difference. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know, like, does one hand read higher than the other? But that's why I switched them. And even when the Temu one was on the other hand, it was getting, it reads a little higher, just by a few points. But overall, I would say they're the same. Quick glance, they look the same. They both take 2 AAA batteries. Okay, so those are the 4 things that I just wanted to touch on real briefly that were in my old videos. I didn't get around to checking. Also, if you guys have any products out there that you want me to pick up and try, let me know. Comment down below. I'll pick them up. I'll try it. I don't mind. Anyway, okay, so you guys, let's get to it. I'm just gonna go down the list, okay? We're just gonna go down the list because I got some footage of things, and then I have things here that we're gonna talk about. The egg holder, I got some footage here, so I'll show you what went down with that egg holder. I'm just gonna sit here, you guys watch. Okay, now we're gonna look at that egg tray riser thingy. See, like, that egg won't roll forward. Like, these ones seem to do fine. Like, if there's enough weight behind them, like, they will roll forward. Okay. But once you don't have a lot of weight, like that one's back there, that one's back there, they don't fully, like, roll forward. There's a slight incline. So what I think I'll probably just do is maybe put something up under there, like just a tiny little bit, to give it more of like a slant so they do come forward more. Quality wise, I think it's good, but the fact, if there's not enough weight, they don't roll forward. So we got that little guy. He's probably gonna be back there forever. You gotta wait for me this time, buddy. You just wait. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna roll him forward. I'm teasing. I'm still gonna eat ya. So these cabinet lights, I have Amazon cabinet lights, okay? I just charged them, so that's why these things are on there. They go underneath my cabinet. They're awesome. I love these things. But I wanted to pick up more, so I noticed Temu had them, so I did pick them up. I think like, this is what I unboxed on my other video. So I charged these up and I put them under where my coffee bar is, okay? Because I wanted a little bit more light there. And I love these friggin' sizes that they had. So I'm not sure if Amazon has the variants of sizes. I think the ones I got on Amazon they're like this long, about 11 inches or so. So I charged them up fully, put them under the cabinet. By the end of the day, they were dead. So I'm gonna try them again, and maybe I'll add a little bit of footage of me trying them again. Maybe I had the wrong setting. So I am gonna play with this a little bit more, because I don't want to give them don't get these, they're not worth it, until I can like check it out a little bit more, and then I'll have that footage like right here of what I came across. So they're fully charged, they're back up there. So I'm gonna have to give you like maybe a description update, like down in the description, like to see how long they last with being triggered once in a while. So we'll have to get back to that, but at first, my reaction was going to be, don't buy them. They're awful. They don't hold a charge. But now I'm thinking it was just user error. And see, now they're off. And then just a little bit of motion turns them back on. And they're pretty nice. And then the Amazon ones come on too. So that's going to be the thing, whether or not I think they're worth it. because these get triggered all the time because I'm coming over here getting coffee, going into the microwave, the fridge is over here. So these last about 2 weeks and then I have to recharge them. So if I have to recharge these ones every couple of days, then no, that's not worth it to me. I'd rather spend an extra $10, get an Amazon one that will hold a charge for like 2 weeks. So we'll see. The Stanley do. Okay, here's my Stanley from Amazon. Bumming a little hard because I didn't get the sizes quite right. I missed that with the sizes. I'm not quite sure how much that'll factor in with how well they performed. So I'll show you guys the footage on what I found with this. But one thing that I did notice, like with how they are comparison to like the handle, they're the same. You know, like how they feel on the outside. What I noticed with the Temu one, trying to get it to screw on, where then if you gave it a little tug, it just pops off. Where like the Stanley one, putting it on and then giving it a pull, I can't get it to come off. But the Temu one, I can get to come off. So it's really tricky to get it just right. Like I'm telling you, it's really tricky. See, and it just keeps like, it'll just start to get tight and then all of a sudden it's loose again. So trying to get it to line up just right, it just keeps popping off. I believe it was staying on. Oh wait, I think I got it. And then giving it a pull. But I'm telling you, no, it's not staying on. It doesn't stay on. The other thing that I didn't like with the Temu one, it's shaving off the plastic. There might be a little bit water in there from when I had the ice in there, but if you guys can see these little specks on the side of the cup, hopefully you guys see the little, hopefully you guys can see it. I can't really tell with my little viewfinder. There's like little white specks inside of it. So every time I'm turning it and trying to get it to go on just right, I don't know if it's like this is coming off. I know there's a whole thing with microplastics and like I got a lot of plastic, like, right? But you know, like I don't want to eat my plastic. I have a lot of acrylic organizers, but I don't go around licking them and chewing on them. So I got it. Oh, see, it doesn't. So that's a little tricky. Do I have a defective one? I might. So if you guys have one of these, check yours. Like, does yours pop off? Like, even though it's screwed on? And is it like shedding in there? I'd like to know if I have a defective one, because if I do have a defective one, I'd like to return it and get another one. Let me know if you guys have one of these and how does it perform. Maybe you haven't noticed that it does that, but go check yours. Like, see there, I think I have it on there pretty good. Like giving it a little wiggle, like it stayed on, but give it a little bit more weight, it pops right off. But I'm telling you with the Stanley one, so it's on there, okay? I just screwed it on there and it screws on real easy. Trying to pull it off and get it to pop off, it will not come off. Like it's on there. And then like, let's screw it on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. We'll just keep going. Getting that cap to scrape. And there's no shedding in there. You see what I'm saying? So just take that into consideration, you know, if you're deciding to go this route or this route. But I will show you the footage of how well they performed with ice. Yes, I broke a nail. So I filled these up. Today is Sunday, 9 a.m. I filled these Thursday at 5:45. I just packed them full of ice. Kind of bumming that this is a little bit bigger than this one, but I figure if I filled them both, they should like perform the same. I would kind of think like similar. This still has ice. This has very little ice. This one is the Temu one. There is some ice, like there's a chunk there's a chunk there, just like tiny little ones. And then this Stanley one has got some pretty significant, you know, the little spheres that I've put in there. My little ice, well, they've kind of molded together, but so this one's got significantly more. Now, I don't know, is it just because that's smaller and this was bigger? I don't know like how much size has to do with it. Either way, the fact that this Temu one, like last night when it was at a 48-hour mark, it still had amount of ice in it. So it kind of, the turning point was last night and then into this morning where there really isn't much at all left. And then those fruit and cheese cutters, where I had those, the whole case. I don't know why I didn't bring them up here, but I'll insert some footage on how well those performed. Those are a lot of fun. So ignore the noise behind me. This thing is still going. Obviously these are gonna work. They feel very sharp. And I love that they have this nice little handle on the end for pushing them down, okay? Sorry, I have a new contraption I'm filming with that's like attached to me so I can have both hands. So sorry, I'm just trying to still play with it. So if it like wiggles around too much, I don't know if I'm gonna keep using it, but okay, see, it goes with my breathing. Watch. Isn't that funny? I got a big one. Oh, let's do that on the bread. I just want to see like how easily it cuts, and holy buckets, I felt that. That went like right through like a hot knife through butter. That's nice. Okay. Maybe like give it a little wiggle. There. It's like if you wanted to make your own like Lunchables, or if you made your own with like the fun shapes for like toddlers and stuff, or yourself. I don't know, I'm not here to judge. I'd just give it a little wiggle. That seemed to help it a little bit better, so then it doesn't like leave a torn edge. Make a little cheese sandwich for your little one. Right? So I wish I would have had one that had its own case, but I have a house full of like different organizers, so I just grabbed this one for now, but I do have some that have lids. Oh, one little side note with these, like this one came with one big one. I like this one because then I can just poke my finger through it to get them to come out. But the littler ones that are in here, I can't get my finger in there. So maybe see if they've got bigger ones. Calculator. It just takes one battery, the AA battery in the back. It's big enough where if I push it down, my nail isn't gonna hit the next button over because they're so flat. So this is really nice. I was a little worried like, okay, this is gonna feel like really cheap. It doesn't. This is actually a really good buy. So yeah, and it calculates like it's supposed to. Wait, should we see if it does? 2 plus 2. That says 4. Isn't that amazing? We're gonna put this together. Okay, so this is that other riser that I had picked up. I show this. I tried to wipe it off, but I think I smeared it. It looks terrible. So if you guys see streaks, just ignore it. I try to wipe it off so it'd be clean for you guys, and I left a bunch of streaks on it. I brought dishonor to my family. So I got this, love this. Whatever, okay? I like it, all right, whatever. So then I seen one that this part is wooden. Well, let's see what that looks like. Let's put it together. Oh, they got a cute little note in here. They wrote the note to me. Dear Heather, it actually says dear customer. Hold on. Dear Heather, remove the acrylic protective film before installation. Every sentence has an exclamation point. And then up there is where they wrote Dear Heather. Isn't that great? Thanks, guys. Is that annoying? Yeah, it's probably annoying. I'll stop. It's weird because some people like hate noises like that, and then some people like love crinkling and cracking and nail tapping and no instructions. So we're gonna have to use our brains on this one, guys. So what we have are 4 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of these. And the little cute note. Hold on. Oh, okay, got it. I got it. No, I would definitely say you need to add glue to this because this is gonna fall apart on you. Super fast and easy to put together. But if I just tip this thing, it's gonna fall apart. Like everything's really loose on it. Whoop, it already did. Hold on. Definitely add some glue on this to reinforce it. Go get it. Okay, so the damp duster, Scrub Daddy damp duster works great. But does the Temu one that looks identical to it? They look the same, but do they perform the same? Check this out. All right, the damp duster. So I picked up another damp duster just so I could have a fresh one out of the bag. Okay, so thickness wise, this one, you know, obviously it's, look at how horribly dry my skin is. I had a little cut there like a while ago, so it's healing. Isn't it just awful? Anyway, back to this. So obviously the shapes are a little different. Actually, they feel like basically the same. Temu one has deeper, you know, like grooves. So I'm wondering if over time are these gonna like fray and kind of break down and crack and maybe come off versus this one. All right, so let's go dust a few of, I have dusty floorboards and I mean, like, I'm not even lying, but I didn't clean my floorboards just for you guys. It's not like they were already dirty. I purposely didn't clean them for you. No, I'm just kidding. They're dirty. It's like, you guys, it's not a joke. I live in the country. I have a Mastiff. Don't judge me. Basically, I think they're the same. The only thing, I kind of feel like this works just a little bit better because these little grooves kind of drag and they'll catch and they drag. It's actually pretty tough. Where there's just more resistance with this. I feel like they kind of work the same though. I'm here to tell you guys the truth, and honestly, I feel like the Temu one works just fine. This does seem like it glides better, and I think I need to go finish cleaning my floorboards. So, are your floorboards clean? Because mine aren't. I feel like another thing, let's see how well they clean up. So this one, I'm just running water. I pulled the chunks off. I mean, if you have like hair and stuff. So very little, just rubbing my thumb over it. Let's just see how well they clean up. This might last you longer than this one. So that'll be something telling like over a long period of time. So yeah, I would go grab one of these from Temu. So the tape dispenser, remember how you guys, when I was showing you about this, it works great. That roll of tape that they gave me that came with this thing, it did not fit. No matter, I could not get it to fit. There wasn't any extra packaging that was inside of the tape holder. It just would not fit on there. Went downstairs, I grabbed a roll of tape that I had, you know, that you just pick up at the store, and fits in there really nicely. It's actually kind of loose. Love this thing. Also, the wrist pad that I had picked up from Temu, I've had my eye on this actually for a while. Been using this now since I picked it up. Love it. It works great. It's not cheap. It actually had like a plastic film that you peel off, so it's it's not sticky, or you don't feel sticky, but it's like that super clean, like rubbery feel. So when you have it on a hard surface, it doesn't slide super easy. It does slide, but you know, there is some like gripping. The keyboard keys. You guys remember I showed you those really cute keyboard keys? The little key things. These little key covers, I'm telling you, these would have been so cute. I still have to try and get that off. I think I might be able to get that off, but either way, I'm returning it, so it's heartbreaking. I know you guys are gonna take it really hard, but would that not have been cute to have it on here? And then like maybe the E. That would have been so cute. But they don't fit. Like I took the key off, and for whatever, this doesn't work. If you have a keyboard that looks like that, then it would probably work for you. The milk frother, I'll show you the footage. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Just watch it. A little bit of milk. There we go. But out of the milk, man, that thing's going. But you get it in there and it seems like it slows down quite a bit. I don't know, is that normal? But I'm not real impressed with it. It just seems like it added some bubbles to it. So am I doing something wrong? Like, why wouldn't it work? Like, it just spins and it's a whisk. Like, why doesn't that work? So I don't know what the deal is with that. Do they spin differently? Like, it was supposed to make foam, but all it did was it just added a few bubbles. So I'm not quite sure about that. Whatever, I'm over it. The air fryer liners. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Those are a good buy. I got a little bit of footage of that. Okay, so these air fryer liners, perfect. Love them. I don't know, but I wouldn't recommend preheating this if you preheat this with the liner in it, because the first time I did that, I put the liner in there and I preheated it, and the liner gets sucked up, and I don't know, would that like break it, start a fire? I don't know. But the only thing that we've noticed, like if my daughter's making french fries, which she loves to put french fries in here, she has to just cook them like maybe 1 to 2 minutes longer to get that crispiness. The stainless steel, these little thingies, I'll just show you the footage on it. Okay, so then these things, oh, you know what? I cannot stand the sound of metal. Ugh, on metal. It literally, it's like nails on a chalkboard. So here's what I don't like about these. Oh my God, that's horrible. Why did I do that? For one, this is crazy sharp. Not like knife sharp, but friggin' close. That's like sharp. So I was thinking like maybe powdered sugar in these might be kind of cool. Oh my gosh, I'm getting powdered sugar all over the place. Oh, for crying out loud. All right, so we got our powdered sugar in there. Oh my God, I hate that sound. Oh. Like, it gives a nice little dusting. Look at that. I am making a mess. Does a good job. I mean, what do you expect, right? I like it. It seems like it's decent quality. The only thing I don't like is how sharp that edge is. But once you have the lid on, you don't have to really like mess with the lid, the sharpness. You just got to be careful when you're washing it that you don't cut yourself. I think they have other sizes too. They might have a smaller one and a bigger one. So I don't want to take this cap off because the sound like sends like metal on metal. Or if you have a fork and you put a fork in between your teeth and you go, people go zing. If you do that, if you eat your fork, we can't be friends. I'm just here to tell you right now, we cannot be friends if you do that. Oh my God, just thinking of it, just gives me the shivers. I don't know why. I'm like feeling really stuffy right now. Like I'm not stuffy, but it's like my nostrils are like, they feel swollen. I don't know what's going on with my body right now. Do I sound stuffy? So the dish metal drying rack, check it out. Okay, so the dish drying rack, you guys, this thing is awesome. Make sure that you measure your sink opening here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some weight on it to see how much it'll hold. Let's grab like a pot and we'll just fill it up with some water. So that thing is full. So it holds some nice weight. And it doesn't seem to be like tippy if you have it, like if it's on the edge. You don't have to have it centered, like it's not gonna like tip over. Just ignore all of my little hard water. See, I have such hard water. I live out in the country, those that don't know, and we got like such bad, like hard well water. It's like insane. It's like, let's just say it's the holidays, to mainly like to extend the countertop. I love it. I recommend it. I think it's a good buy. Go grab yourself one. Right. It's nice. But I like it, and it was affordable, so I think I might get another one. We need to try this lamp. Now, this lamp kind of makes me a little nervous because it's got feathers. Like, alright, is that going to be like flammable? I don't know. I think that's a short cord. Like, that's not very long. So wherever you're plugging it in, it better be close by. But if you're dealing with feathers, you would think that's kind of flammable. Like, maybe you need to keep it nearby. I don't know. Like, is this the light bulb? Look at this. Like, is that the light bulb right there? How does that work? I have no idea how this is supposed to attach in here. I feel like I'm missing a part. Because if you look at this, all right, just stay with me here. Like, it should stay up about right here, right? It should stay up right about right there. The only place to attach whatever the heck that is at the top. So if you attach it to the top, then it goes down here. So sorry with how unprofessional this looks, but I'm literally sitting right here editing my video, okay, for this lamp. And once I was like explaining it to the camera, it dawned on me, like you guys, I really need to have my head examined. I was putting the lampshade on upside down. Right. So it attaches right there where I was trying, I had it like flipped. So I wish I could go back and tell that person right there, flip it over. Flip the lampshade over. Oh well. Okay, so then I thought I'll show you really quick. It's plugged in. It's really cute. I love the little glow. Seriously though, the only thing I don't like, the cord is just so short. But otherwise, it's cute. I like it. And I'm not embarrassed at all. And then we have, I tried out that cord organizer that wraps, that you stick it on like a blender or a toaster or whatever, that you don't keep plugged in all the time, and then you don't want the cord. So I've got a little bit of footage of that. I'll show you me using it. To me, they don't feel like really bad quality. Like, should they be a little stiffer? I don't know. Like, would that matter? Would it be better if they were? Maybe you do want that give. I don't know, but we're gonna try it out. So I like to keep some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, because sometimes you need it in a spray bottle. But make sure you always label it so you know nobody ever like thinks it's water or something like that. But I don't want someone to take my advice and then their item gets damaged. Like, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just showing you how I do things. So I'm just going to clean it really good with the rubbing alcohol. I'm going to just kind of give it some good pressure and just like hold it really tight for like 20 to 30 seconds. Just hold it and push it. We're going to wait an hour, and then because you're going to be constantly like unwinding, winding, unwinding, winding, and you're going to be constantly like tugging on this. So I want to really give it a chance to adhere and like do what it needs to do before I wind that up. So this has been on over an hour, well over an hour. I would say almost 2 hours. So it's on there. We're going to wrap it up. Do I really need that on there? Don't try this at home. You should probably leave these things on, so don't do what I do. So I'll have to update you guys later on that, and if it ends up coming off, I'll let you know. The raised cat bowl, like I don't know. Okay, so then the little raised cat bowl, I don't know. There's supposed to be something with the way that it's like raised up and then at a slant. It's supposed to help them like so they're not bent over eating, and then like it prevents them from throwing up. I don't know. We put it on there. She seems to eat just fine. So is this like a gimmick thing? I don't know, but I don't know. Right? I don't know. And she has barfed. I mean, cats get fur balls, like they barf. Is a bowl gonna stop them from doing that? No, because she just barfed 2 nights ago and I stepped in it. In the hallway, on my way to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I stepped in it. Chicken shredder. Oh, the chicken shredder. Just watch. It looks good. Okay, so I'm going to put some in a bowl and we're going to shred this. Got some that are hot, and then we're going to put some in a bowl and I'm going to put in the fridge. And we're going to see, does it shred better hot or cold? We got our chicken in there. And then it's like claws there, claws there. Pretty self-explanatory, I would think. Hopefully we don't have too much in there. I like the bottom, it has these little grippers, so when you're going like that, you would think it would stay in place. Yeah, I think you got to put some pressure down. So we're going to turn it a few times. It takes a little bit to... Sorry if the camera's like all crazy. I have it attached to me. Well, that worked pretty good. Let's try it a couple more times. Works pretty good. Don't spend a lot because this thing feels really cheap. And it was just a few bucks. I want to say it was like $3.50 is what I paid for this. They have several of them. You guys, that looks friggin' shredded to me, right? No, these are chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are a little more tender than a chicken breast. So let's see if that's any harder, any easier. It's like when you're first getting going, you just kind of got to rock it back and forth, I think. Left. Oh, and then it just kind of goes. And then it's like, now we're gone. Now we've got it. Well, that one kind of stuck to the top. Maybe I overfilled that one. I want to say that was user error. I overfilled it probably. I don't really feel like I need it though. Yes, it works. Would I use it? Probably not, because I don't see chicken isn't that hard to shred for me. Like, I do it all the time, like, because I cook for my dog. So as it's cooking, it sometimes just falls apart. It falls apart when it's chicken thighs, when it's chicken breasts. Once it's cool, I just put my gloves on and just kind of break it apart, and it just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like this is necessary, but it does work. So whatever you want to do with that. And then, yes, I waited to the end for that washing machine. Just watch. I got some good footage of it though, but watch. You're gonna need to watch this. Okay, so let's try this. So this is what comes with it. You get instructions, you get a power cord, but it is one that's for the wall, whatever the proper term is for that. I'm wondering, like, if you could buy one, like a converter or something, or a different cord for like the USB, so you could plug it into your car or whatever if you were to take it camping or something. So then we've got our removable basket. So no judging. I'm telling you guys, if you friggin' judge me, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna come to your house with a white glove, and I'm gonna test to see how clean your house is. Okay? All right. I've got some white rags, and they really don't have any stains on them because they're fairly new. And I have something over here that's like really dusty. You guys, I swear, no judging. Clean it up because it's a little dusty. See what I mean? Oh, you guys, just stop it. You're telling me you don't have anything dusty in your house? I went and like dusted my entertainment system too. So, you know, I don't see a fill line. So we don't want to fill it too much because when it starts to spin, you don't want it to overflow. This one down here says, need not, when please, will discharge the water in the wash bucket. Decided to just stick it in the sink. I don't know how full to fill it because there's no fill line. I just put it about halfway up the basket. Just adding a little bit of soap. I just do this. I mean, I have other soaps, but I picked this up from FabFitFun, and the stuff smells so good. I would never pay the full price, but for what I picked it up for at FabFitFun, this stuff smells so good. Yeah, that seems like for what we're washing, that seems like it would be enough. Shut that lid. Don't mind my sink. We have a lot of iron in our water, so you're gonna see some orange. So you just ignore that. Okay, there we go. I think we did pretty good with how much water we put in there. Oops, is it detecting that it's open? I wouldn't think so. It was rattling where I thought maybe the basket came out. Let's take a peek. Uh-oh. Okay, so my washcloths are no longer in there. They're outside of the basket. But you don't have to stick it in the basket. Maybe you can put clothes on the outside too. I mean, that makes sense. Oh wait, I got one in there. I think the other one is on the outside. Yeah, see, the other washcloth was on the outside because I think it was starting to rock and roll. I was like, oh boy. I think I'm just gonna hand rinse this under some running water and then stick it in there for a spin. I can show you real quick how I'm gonna rinse it. I removed the lid because there was suds on it, so I rinsed that off. You want to be careful because the power cord is right there. You want to, like, that's where the power like plugs in. Just be mindful that that's not getting wet. So I got all my water over there. I'm just gonna use this while the plug is still draining. Do this. Get all the suds out. All right, we're gonna stick them back in there, put the lid back on, keep it unplugged, right? So as like water is coming out of it, it just can drain right out. It doesn't say to do that, but It doesn't say a lot of stuff, but let's just do that. And then I'm gonna plug it back in. It's clean. It got the dust off. For the most part, you guys, I think that's a success. So this one, I'm not gonna have the basket in. I'm filling it almost to the top here because once it starts agitating and stuff, you don't want it to like overflow. So we're gonna test that out. We're gonna fill it up to here. I put nice warm water in there. Before I did like more of like a cooler water because it does say something about not putting too hot of water in there because then you can kind of damage some parts, and this is plastic, so you don't want things to like deform and warp and things like that. So I would say this is warm, like maybe like a bath water for a baby. So what, 90, almost like 98 degrees. So what I'm also throwing in is a washcloth that I use like when I am putting my makeup on, if I got something on my finger, or to wipe a brush on or something. So this is like actually like that Charlotte Tilbury contour. So I usually use this bar. It's that, I'll put it down below on what it is. And I normally just like rub my, so you can kind of see like an indentation of where. So it's like, well, do I rub them on there? Maybe I should do that, like rub them on there, toss them in. Would it work if I just shaved off a little bit and stuck it in this water? Maybe I'll try that. And I love this soap. It works so good. Oh. But it's doing a 15-minute wash. Doesn't seem like it's gonna overflow. We've got a towel here. I really should put this thing in the sink, but looking good, guys. Let's see how clean they look. Still have some staining on them. When I wash them by hand, how I scrub them with like that the little scrubber pads, there's no stain left, like at all. My sink is clean. Like I literally just disinfected it, so we're good. Just to get all that grubby water out. There we go. See, like that one's still pretty grubby. So like before I had water up to here. Now it's just down here because I feel like that was a little too much for this load. Try and do like thin so it'll dissolve in our warm water. Okay, do your thing. They still have stains on them. Another thing with washing makeup in here, makeup is a whole separate, like, I don't know, I feel like it would kind of gunk this up because there's been times where I've taken a bowl and filled it with makeup sponges, added some soap, let it soak, and then I'll grab one and then wash it, and then I grab one out of that wet bowl and wash it. And then when I'm done cleaning, the film and the grease of the makeup that's in the sink, that's in that bowl, it's so gunky and actually like really hard to get off. So how are you supposed to get it out of like all down in here and all over the cracks and the whatever? So I really wouldn't, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't suggest washing makeup blenders in here. One, I don't think it really worked that well, and two, you're gonna make this thing kind of gunky. So let's do another load of this. I got it all cleaned up after those makeup brushes, and I'm telling you, don't ever do that. I am recommending not to wash them, not to wash those beauty blenders, because I had makeup residue all on this thing as it's draining. There was makeup residue in here. So now I deep cleaned it. Ugh. What part of my brain thought that was going to be a good idea? But no, don't do that. Okay, so I was kind of playing around with what would fit in here. I just put one t-shirt in. It's like a double extra large. Pretty much like that kind of fills it. So there is a tiny little stain on it, but let's see if it gets it out. So if I was to throw this in my regular wash, any of my shirts, like anybody's shirts, I always hold them up to see if there's like grease splatter, or if you're eating and something drops on your shirt, which this is spaghetti sauce. Just one little drop that got on the shirt. So what I always do is I leave Dawn in like a little squeeze bottle. It's like super like squishy. And then I put it on the stain. Then you wash it, it comes right out. So we're gonna fill it with like a cooler water. Just a little squirt in there because we just got the one shirt. Oh good, okay. It seems to be clean. So what I did, I drained it. I rinsed out the inside and then let it drain out. Wrung it out. Put it back in, and then filled it back up with clean, fresh, cool water, no soap. Put this back in there. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes just to get the soap residue off, to kind of do like a rinse cycle. So let's turn that on. Let's drain it. Put in the basket in. And then I just kind of wrung that out to get as much water out as I can. And then we'll see how well that spins. Power to it. Anyway, let's look at it. It kind of stayed in the basket. It was starting to come out. It is pretty like wet still. If you had like a dry towel and like laid your shirt out and then did like one of these, I feel like that would dry it a lot better, and then you could hang it up to air dry. I'm here just to give you information, so whatever you do with it is yours, but that's the info that I have collected with this. If there's anything else you want, if you have any questions, just comment below. I'll try and answer them the best I can, or I can pull this thing back out and try it again if you want me to try it with something else. Let me know. I'm more than happy to get this bad boy out and play with it again. Let me know what you guys think. If you end up getting it, did you get one? Did it work for you? What do you use it for? Do you take it camping? Do you have it in your apartment? Like, I'd like to know. But that thing really does agitate pretty well. So I don't know what you guys think of it, but I'd love to hear your comments below. Let me check my list. Hold on. I think I got everything on what I wanted. Oh, the kite. So here, let's talk about the kite. Was I able to get footage? I did. I got something. I'll show you what I got. I'll put it together, and by any chance we get some wind, throwing that bad boy out there. But at least, the very least, I can at least show you the quality of the kites that they have, or at least this one. Let's see, we got some string. It seems like regular. Nothing seems like different than what I would normally pick up. My goodness. Like right here, it's open. Let's coming from up here. Like, is it supposed to be like that? Like, fold it up? Like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Maybe, I don't know. See, like it's on this side, it's like stitched, but it's open here. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Does it not seem like they stitched that wrong? Wouldn't you think it should be like the other way? Like it should be opening here and closed there? No clue. And then this, they're saying to attach it to the end of the tail. Oh, I got it. I just attach it on there. You guys, this seems like a decent kite. Except for that, that's the only thing that's throwing me through the loop. But overall, for like what I paid for it, this is pretty nice. I think that's like, it helped fly too. We just need some of that Minnesota country wind. Right? It's got like fluff in there to kind of make it like 3D. Yep, that didn't work. Anyway, you guys, I would love to hear your opinions about everything I bought. Am I wrong? Are you like, excuse me, Heather? No, you are dead wrong. That is actually an awesome product. Please tell me. Comment below. I'm getting a headache. Why do I have a headache? All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. This was so much fun. If you guys have anything you want me to pick up from Temu, you comment down below and you go, girl, I need you to pick up this, and I want you to tell me what you think. I want to know if it works. I work for you guys, so you let me know what you want, and I'll give it to you. Within reason. Don't get weird on me. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye!